Alrighty. Where are we? My best man, Vlada, good evening. Guess we are live. Yeah, we are. We are, nice. In 2 seconds. Cool, just taking a look at a few things. Great sound, good, good, very good, very good. Alrighty. Alright. Let's see what we do today. So some of you Phil has sent on Discord this video on Kubernetes Longhorn, something we already implemented. So we could maybe look at that a bit, because if I go to my own Longhorn, I can see actually a few components there. And some of these drives are not really. Let me actually go to some of these, not volumes, nodes. So if we actually edit that, I can see kernel modules loaded. Required packages. So I think we're missing this crypt setup Longhorn. So this is what we need, it seems, and then we are needing kernel modules VM crypt are not loaded in our RP, so it seems we're missing this, right? So maybe when we did the Longhorn installation, we actually haven't really got all the components installed. Yeah, let's try. So if I actually go back here, this is node 2, right? So if we go, let's update that. If we go SSH RP2, and then we apt sudo apt install crypt setup. Yeah, okay. Let's actually see what that is. Crypt setup. Crypt setup is an open source utility used to conveniently set up VM crypt-based device mapper targets, and Longhorn uses Linux unified key setup format that is standard for Linux disk encryption. The command used to install the crypt tool differs depending on the Linux distribution. The device mapper is a framework provided by the Linux kernel for mapping physical block devices, but it forms foundation of the DM crypt disk encryption. It's a Raspberry Pi Kubernetes cluster. K3S is a light version. So this thing you can see on the bottom in the rec. Okay. Okay, so let's take 2 of these things. Good afternoon, Kraft. How are you? Good to see you, friend. Okay, let's just create a. Let's just do this. So we're just gonna create a. So we're gonna do something like this, right? We're gonna take this, and then we're gonna take this. Oops. Generate Ansible storybook that installs this. Can't hear you over the music. Interesting. Alright, I have reduced the music a bit. Yeah, it's evening, exactly. Ansible, how should we call this? Yeah, let's just do it like this. Ansible. So let's create a new Ansible. The mic is low. Oh, okay, interesting. Thank you, let's fix that. That's actually very strange. Why is it? Oh shit, let's take a look at that. Fuck, maybe something got messed up. Give me a second. Microphone. Yeah, that should be fine. What about now? I think the gain should be better now, right? Let me know if it's better now. Is it good or better? Because there's a fundamental difference. It should be, this is an amazing microphone, so it's one of the best that there is. So is it good or is it better? Should I do something else? Should I increase the gain more? It's good on your side, all right. Okay, good. Okay, give me 2 seconds and then I'll answer any questions. Okay, so let me just get this. Install crypt setup and dmi setup. Okay. Install crypt setup and dm setup. YAML. All nodes. Right? Yeah. So that should in theory be good. I think we named it all nodes. Yeah, okay. So let me just do this very quickly because I just spotted that. So let's say Kubernetes over there, and this is, I mean, the goal here is we're setting up Kubernetes cluster. So there's really, the goal is very broad, right? The goal is to actually there's a repository, you should take a look at it. But the goal is to, yeah, to set up a lot of things in relation to this cluster. Give me 1 second, let me share the repo. So this is the repository I'm writing as I'm doing this, right? So let's just do this. And then the goal is to, of course, hopefully move our programmer network platform, this one, programmer.network, to move it and host it on this bare metal here. All right, install. Yeah, okay, so let's now say Ansible, yes, and let's say install crypt setup and this thing, right? So we're just going to install these dependencies that apparently we lacked in that we lacked inside of in our Longhorn. So I don't know why we actually missed them, but now we're going to install them. And then we move on. So it's installed there, I guess, but that's because we already had it installed. All right, the to-do, the extension for to-do, it's called to-do plus, I believe. It is, let me find it, which one is it? It's to-do plus this one, yeah. Let me just share it with you. And thank you very much for the follow. Happy bit, so there is the extension. So this one. All right, cool. So now we should have these things installed in all of the Raspberry Pis and all 4 of them. I don't know if we need to, my pleasure, of course, thank you for asking. So I don't know now if we need to, okay, so yeah, so that thing is gone. Let's actually see if we can get some help from the robot, right? Because I think we now do have the message you're seeing, kernel module, suggests that the correct encrypt is not loaded. Let's go SSH RP2. So yeah, load the module temporarily. You can manually load it. Okay, let's try if it's loaded. Okay, so now it's loaded. So now in theory, Chica, my friend, good evening. So now this is our Raspberry Pi 2, right? It should be now showing it as loaded, right? Yeah, so that's good. What about the other Raspberry Pis? Let's see, 3. Okay, so we have that issue in all of them. I see. So if we go to the robot here, okay, simple Ansible. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's literally what I wanted. Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll need to run this and then we move on. We move on to different things, right? So, okay, so let's create this Ansible story as well very quickly. And this is ensure load dmcrypt kernel module. Okay, and then we should read what that actually is. So let's create an Ansible book load dmcrypt kernel module YAML. That's how it's called, dmcrypt. Yeah. Let me just see what is dmcrypt, what is this module doing. Let's read a bit. dmcrypt is a transparent block device encryption subsystem in Linux kernel, and later the Dragonfly BSD. It is part of the device mapper and uses cryptographic routines from the kernel crypto API. Unlike its predecessor, crypto loop, dmcrypt was designed to support advanced modes in operation such as XTS. I don't know what these are, in order to avoid watermarking attacks. Okay, so it's an encryption module that we're probably going to use to encrypt the drives that Longhorn does. So in simple words, let's just translate it like this. Let's actually ask the robot. So if I understand correctly, dmcrypto is used by Longhorn to encrypt our drives. When? Let's just make sure we don't just randomly do this. Yes, dmcrypt is a Linux kernel module that is part of the device mapper subsystem and is commonly used for encryption, encrypted block drives. It facilitates encryption by supporting encryption layers on top of block devices. The actual encryption itself is usually managed by tools like Linux Unified Key Setup. When is dmcrypt used? Background: for some context, LogTor is cloud-native persistent storage solution. It enables the management and provision. Shut the fuck up. While Longhorn provides the raw block storage and application, encryption itself is not provided out of the box at the present time. Okay, please summarize this in 2 or 3 paragraphs. I don't need a novel. In short, Longhorn doesn't handle encryption natively, but if the storage devices on the nodes are encrypted, Longhorn will automatically store encrypted data on them. This setup requires manually configuring this encryption at the node level, after which Longhorn stores. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Cool story, man. Anyway, let's do this. So what did we now do? Load the encrypt kernel module. Let's try that. Let me see what Chica wrote. Just small info. Last week there was a push to Debian Raspberry Pi OS repos that supposedly fixed reboot issues, so it suggests doing full upgrade. I haven't actually had any reboots so far, so let's wait with that a bit. Because yeah, I don't have a great experience doing apt upgrade. I always get I get very sweaty doing that. You never know when you will simply not boot ever again. All right, IP, DHCP server, what's happening? Never mind. Well, why can't I SSH into it? Phil, good evening, friend. How are you doing? Yeah, give me a second. Something's messed up. I can't SSH into anything. So I'm not sure if we messed something up now with this crap. Probably we did. Lunch break. Nice, nice. Yeah, something's fucked up. That's not good. Yeah, we could probably break this shit now. This is not gonna boot now. Yeah. Yeah, that is actually pretty bad. But let's see. Maybe they're not bricked. Otherwise, I need to plug myself with the HDMI and shit now. And then I would need to update this file even if we can. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good. False alarm. False alarm. It just seems to be taking a while. Yeah, okay. Oof. That was a cold sweat right there. That was a cold sweat right there. Waiting for the master nodes to load. We're still waiting on that fella now. And then let's move on. And then we might take a look at this video that Phil core count shared. But let's wait for our Raspberry Pi 1 to load, to boot. Yeah, it's kind of still, you can see that I can't reach it still. Interesting. Destination, not host unreachable, yeah. Yeah, at this point, I'm actually not sure if even if it's gonna boot. I should probably restart it, right? Because it feels a bit weird. I don't know why my DHCP. Oh, actually, that's a wrong IP, is it? Yeah, it is. It's a wrong IP. Yeah, but this is still unreachable, yeah. So let's give it a second, and then worst case, I will just I have to unplug it from the power. So this guy on the left, all the way on the left, is not actually booting up. Destination host unreachable, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's gonna boot, does it? Because I can see that we're still waiting there. The Ansible is still waiting for the RP1. No, I mean, I have that sorted, but I would never do that. It's pointless, right? I have a setup for that. There's a laptop right next to my cluster here, so we'll do that now. I have that sorted. It's just, yeah, putting 4 displays. No, definitely. That would be a huge waste of power, and it's just generally not needed, right? Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me a second. I need to load the OS on the card reader. 1 sec. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, to be honest. But let's leave it there for a second. It's giving some errors that the disk is in a fat mode, but it's not. And this leads me to a conclusion that, yeah, unfortunately, if this doesn't boot up, I'll need to reinstall K3S completely, which led me to another conclusion, which is we haven't actually ever backed up our K3S, which is really bad. I'll just, give me 1 second. What was it? The Raspberry Pi Manager. I'll just plug this crap in. I don't actually know sometimes what's up with this card reader. It's almost like it doesn't read things. No, I mean, I've pretty much only thing that I've done, and it worked on all devices. This is the only thing we added. Module load D, modules config. We basically added a demcrypt, right? So, but it worked on all except Raspberry Pi 1. It makes no sense, right? So this is super random, super random. Yeah, and it's kind of frustrating, to be very honest with you. Why is this USB not loading now? Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. I'm not sure why is it not loading. Shit, do I have another card reader? Give me a second. I have some adapter here. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just check if it's this shitty card reader that's fucked or something. It's really frustrating, man. So freaking annoying. Let me try this. What? Are you kidding me, bro? Yeah, wow. So it's this fucking thing that's, man, really? Can it be that this shitty thing is broken? Wait, let me try once more. Could it be that this card reader is broken? It's brand new, man. I used it a few times. All right, well, I have an idea. Give me a second. Let's see if we can save this and not need to do a lot more work. So I'm gonna try to... Crap, are you kidding me, man? Nah, shit. And I can't load this. Oh, actually, never mind. 1 second. I just need to see what did we do. Let's see, module. Yeah, there's no chance I find this in the drive. Let's see, modules. Well, yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate for sure. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I think that our I think that our main node is down. Our master node. And I can't actually, so I don't know why, but I can't even read from the SD card. So I don't know what actually happens when the if the SD cards gets corrupted or whatever, because now I can't even. It's so frustrating, man. So yeah, that is bricked now 100%, which means that pretty much, like, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that this stream. Yeah, it's completely bricked. We'll need to. The fuck is this, man? Yeah, we need to format. Shit, man. That is really bad, man. And literally last night I was reading about backups here. It's such a bummer because I was reading about. It's the main node, so we need to reset up every single node now. Because we don't have I mean, that's the part of these series, right? We should have just done some backup, right? At the very least, the backup of the I mean, probably if I actually, yeah, that one I need to reboot. Probably if I search for token or something, maybe we have it somewhere in history. No, I don't think so. Give me 1 second. So yeah, there's high probability that I'll do that off stream, it's fine, but I'll probably need to set up all of the shit again. Because, I mean, I don't need to do a lot of work. It's not too much of work, but if I for sure will need to. So once I set up the RP1 again, I will need to somehow update the worker nodes, so the token that we're gonna generate, right? Yeah, but it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter. That's just how it is. But somewhere here last night off stream, I was reading, yeah, here, right? So you can see, in addition to backing up the data store itself, you must also back up the server token file, right? So it's okay. It's fine. It's how it is, right? I'm not mad at myself or anything. It's just the only thing that I'm concerned about, honestly, are these Raspberry Pis a bit. I mean, these SD cards. I mean, how can this? I mean, I don't find this normal, man. I mean, I literally, like, it gets into some state you can't even browse the files. You can't do shit. Like, what type of crap is that? I don't get that, right? So that worries me a little bit, because I don't know if it's the SD cards that are the problem, or like, what if we install this on OS on external drives? Would it be any different? Because it's really weird, man. Like, I mean, these mistakes can happen, that we brick it somehow and stuff, but you know that you just can't do anything about it. That's weird, man. That is really weird. I mean, we literally ran the Ansible story, right? So I should be able to boot the drive, right, and find this file and just remove this line, but I can't do that. Why is that? So let's actually ask the robot before I do anything drastic. I have bricked my main master node with that. Is there a way to somehow find that, to somehow read from the SD card and somehow remove that? I mean, I do have one idea. That's, I don't know if it's a good idea. What if I plug this guy now into another Raspberry Pi that works? Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna plug it now here into, I have a USB extender here. So I'm gonna plug it into Raspberry Pi 2. And let's see what happens. All right, so actually I think it's this drive. Shit. Okay. So I think it's this one, right? So let's try to mount it, right? So let's yeah, I get what this is saying. So let's just do this. Bear with me, Phil. I just need to focus on this for a second because I really would like to fix this. So I'm going to say SDB, right? That's the drive that I want to mount on the SD card. Just because I would really like to not fail here. But it's okay, man. Even if we do, this is all the part of the process. I'm okay. I wouldn't be like mad or anything on myself. It's just yeah, but why is this not shown as mounted? I'm okay. There he is, my dear Habibi. So why am I not mounting? Is this mounted or not now? I don't get, no, it's not. Sudo mount dev sdb. Yeah, but it's not showing any partitions or anything. Fuck. Nah. No, it's not doing it. The thing is, yeah, I don't, so if we do Alice block, right, you can see this one I'm trying to mount, SDB. And when I do mount, so I say, you know, sudo mount dev SDB, right? And then mount it to the SD card, I do that. SD card wrong, FS type, bad option, bad super block, missing code page or helper program. Shit. That sounds like too many problems. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I think this has failed with the point of no coming back, and I don't. That is really scary, man. Like this is worrying me a bit. Not because it failed, right? It's just that it can really so fatally fail that I had to format the drive completely. I mean, that is absolutely crazy, man. I mean, like what is that? The wind blows and it no longer works, right? I mean, come on. That is yeah, I don't know. That is quite bad. So this is the SDB, but it's not showing anything. It's just shown here. There's no, it's not showing any partitions. But what does that mean if you know the layout of what? I mean, this SD card is the same as this one, right? They're all identical pretty much, right? So, I mean, all the SD cards are formatted in the same fashion right here, right? As a 64 Lite, storage, whatever. How do I do that? Use fthis to recreate the partition table. How can I recreate a partition table using fthis? Open the disk partition. I don't want to delete anything. I need to ensure that existing partition remains there, and I don't want to delete. Yeah, I am full stack developer, yes. Print the existing partition table, P. Device does not contain recognized partition table. Ah, you can't live without me, I know. I have started many years ago, man, almost 20 years ago, so it's a mixture of so many things, right? You don't learn, under quotes, all that. You don't sit and learn all, right? You need to... Right, so you don't need to, you cannot learn everything, right? A career as a concept is a process, a cumulative process of experience. You don't just sit and learn this or that, right? Shit, man, which one is it? What is Humax? EF GPT partition map. Intel PC partition. I guess it's this one. I suppose it has to be this one, right? That would be my guess. Mac, some x86 64. Could it be this one, GPT-1? You need to find what is this that you want to do now and focus on that. So should I write partition structure to disk, right? If I think I should, right? I'm supposed to. Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, I think we should be like right? Yeah, write partition table. Yeah. You will have to reboot for the change to take effect. Okay. Reboot what? The operating system or the drive? Doru, my friend, give me 2 seconds. I just need to focus on this for a moment. Random potato. Good evening, buddy. Okay, so let's sudo reboot just for fun. What's up, assholes? What's up, buddy? Long time no see. Doru, this is the thing that I set up also for Vittoria at work and Johan and stuff. If you remember, yeah, I'm using the OpenAI key, and then I'm just using this lobe chat. It's a tool that you have to deploy. Wolverine movie. I don't know. I didn't watch it. It does. It does. It does, Doru, yes. Oh my God, we have it here. But I wonder, is this disk now dead or is it fully removed or stuff? Give me 1 second, guys. I need to do something. No, it's this one here for some reason. It's this one. It's this one here under SDA. I don't know why. This is the external drive. Camille, my friend, good evening. Give me just 2 seconds. Yes, I do remember. I also have the book right behind me. I'll find it. 1 moment. So Is this mounted? No, it's not mounted. So let's mount it, I guess. Now we need to mount that, right? Wait. Yeah, so let's do mount. And then I guess dev SDA2. My pleasure, man, of course. And good to see you again. Oh, I see. So we have the test drive now. Oh my god, yes. Fuck my life. Whew. Man, if we fix this, I'm gonna be so happy. Even though it's shut on my stream and I didn't have these plans, it's gonna be awesome. Because I learned so much in these half an hour. Ah, man, that would be cool. Give me 2 seconds. So, that would be pretty badass, man. So what I want to do now is, wait, I want to get rid of this thing. I don't know if that messed it up. But I want to basically try to do like v. Matthew, my friend, good evening. Good to see you, man. Ah, shit. What? Is that a directory, really? What? Oh, that is a directory. Yeah, okay. Man, fuck yes. So here is the dmcrypt thing. I'll try to do that, right? No, this is the real shit. I mean, when you have that, that's why having real hardware is a little bit different in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm just bullshitting you. Please don't trust me. But I don't know, I just feel that if I didn't have this... Okay, so how can I eject this disk? Is there a way, is there like a disk ejector? Can I safely unplug this fill? Can I just unplug this drive now, or is there U-mount? Okay. Yeah, actually, sorry, man. I'm just, yes. So U-mount, right? We say dev, right? And we, oh, no, we say M&T test drive, right? And then I can unplug it, right? So now it's safe to unplug, right? But shit, we could have also backed up our Kubernetes things, right? Okay, so, I mean, we didn't fail now at this point. Crap, man. Wait. Let me do that. Shit. Yes. Wait. Let's mount this thing again, right? Ah, man. Yes. Oof. I'm happy now. It's fine. So let's go to CD. Let's just go mount, test drive. I mean, the most thing that I really care about, at the very least, are these two things. To back up the SQLite data store, to restore the SQL data store. Right, so this is pretty much the only thing we need to back up, right? Ah, look at him subscribing. I love you, man. But I don't want you to subscribe. I want you to help me with the programmer network, man. Then I will pay you. Okay, so yes. Okay. So how do I... So Mary will so we're doing this, of course, primarily because of career learning and stuff. I mean, having these skills is awesome. But we're gonna probably move programmer network to this once we learn enough, right? You must specify one of the options. Yeah, okay, got it, yeah. And then we're gonna do, yeah. Exactly. All right, nice. So let's do this, right? And then we do like, what was it? Mount, test drive, right? Yeah. Cowardly refusing to create an empty archive. What? Hmm. 1 second, Maddie, reading your message in a moment. Yeah, exactly. I just, yeah, I'm getting a little bit distracted because I want to talk to you guys, but I also want to do this. Okay. Beautiful. Ah, so nice. Okay. And now we're going to be like, yeah, exactly, right? This is what we're going to do. Ah, so nice. Okay. So we're going to use the copy thing, right? And I'm going to go to my computer here. Let me just make sure I copy paste this thing. Then we're going to say Alexander, wait, ping, no, what is the IP of this? 243, okay. So I'm going to do Alexander, blah, blah, blah. Man, 5 minutes ago, I was a bit sad. Now it feels better. I had, yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I learned a bunch of stuff past few minutes. Super nice, man. Definitely. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, let's yeah, a few more things to learn, and but we will I promise you that there's going to be a huge ass course on this. Not necessarily just from me getting views or any shit like that. I don't actually care. I think that's clear by now. It's more about just yeah, I mean, I was helped a lot by community, right? So so it would be fair to at the very least to yeah, to record something, right? How good are you with hardware? I suck. I'm not. You can ask. I mean, I might know. Again, I've been doing this for a very long time, but to say that I'm good, definitely not. Yeah, you know, Kraft. I'm 100% with you. It's just unfortunately, you know, I literally, if I haven't met Phil and if some of you aren't coming back, to be very frank with you, I wouldn't even be streaming because I don't have time for this. I mean, I literally am coming now because some of you people are starting coming, and I'm like, shit, man, let me just go and have fun with them. But to be very frank with you, yeah, I mean, you know, I have so many the other things to do that I do enjoy this, but and I'm gonna focus now on the questions. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so we have backed this up to restore the SQLite data store, restore the contents of var and the token as, and how do we? And then we need to copy this token, right? So I'm gonna just do like a fuck. Oh yeah, never mind. All good. All right, let me just read a couple of questions here. So we just let me just read a couple of questions and then we continue because there've been several questions. So Camille, are you still there on YouTube? Camille asked the first question. I don't know if you're still there. So the book is called The Stoic Mind. So this is the book. It's called The Stoic Mind by Go Limitless and Eddie Osmani. Eddie Osmani is an engineer at Google, so he is running this project. My pleasure. Okay, let me just answer a few more things that people have asked. Okay, so let me move here. So let's ask a few questions. Let's see. You're the only streamer that I only. My pleasure, man. Of course. Okay, Matty has asked, how does Kubernetes run still on services like AWS? Is this a wildly stupid question? There's no stupid questions, but I know what you mean. Kubernetes, so Matty, are you still there? So Kubernetes is a way to orchestrate your infrastructure, right? So Kubernetes is a way, let's just discuss that a little bit and then we move to the next question. So Kubernetes is a way to, in a way, orchestrate your infrastructure, right? Kubernetes is not associated necessarily to any cloud platform. It has been built by Google, but you can run Kubernetes as we do on bare metal, and there are many variations of Kubernetes. There's a core repository, there's a main Kubernetes repository, but that repository has branched out into different versions of Kubernetes and stuff like that. So yes, it's the most common way people use Kubernetes is GCP, Azure, and AWS, but that's not because of the Kubernetes per se. It's because people use cloud a lot, because of course it saves a lot of time and it costs a lot of money, but time is money. So as I always say, it's way cheaper in most cases to pay for hosting than to hire people to manage your own hosting, right? So Kubernetes is a way, just like Docker Swarm, just like some other solutions, is a way to orchestrate your infrastructure. So if you have many different services, many different things, a lot of complexity with environmental variables, secrets, networking, storage, all of that, Kubernetes kind of, I'm not going to use the word simplify, that would be an overstatement, but Kubernetes does that, right? So Docker Swarm, for example, in my opinion, Docker Swarm is probably more suitable for 99.9% of companies, because it also helps you. So basically, in my experience, most companies still would be sufficient with Docker Compose even. Then the next transition of complexity should be Docker Swarm, and then Kubernetes. This is my opinion, at least in my experience. I might be wrong. So Kubernetes is a way to have, let's say, multiple computers. Not necessarily, when I say computers, I mean servers. So you might have, let's imagine you and I have let's imagine this. You have your own computer at your home office. I have mine. They're kind of solid servers. They can run 24/7. And we say, hey, Alex, how can we, for example, make these computers in separate locations run as this part of the same cluster? So we could, for example, solve that pretty easily with Kubernetes as well. So right now, if we take a look at my cluster here, give me 1 second. So if we take a look at this cluster, this is just coincidental that all of these Raspberry Pis, of course, are in singular place. They're all in here. But in theory, these 4 Raspberry Pis could have been anyone's. Phil could have exposed his, and you could have exposed yours. You could have installed your K3S on it or whatever. So we could have made this same setup by, being, under quotes, decentralized, distributed, right? It doesn't mean that it has to run here. So oftentimes, you can make a cluster of machines which are not in the same physical location, right, as well. But you don't need all of this as a developer. I mean, I love infrastructure, and I wanted to learn Kubernetes for a long time, and I tried many times since it came out. This is the most serious attempt so far, because we're setting up this cluster, right? Yeah, exactly. So basically, you could say that it's agnostic of the hardware, right? Per se, right? So you, of course, using different operating systems, different hardware, different things makes things sometimes a little bit easier, because you can see we're using Ansible here. So sometimes some of this automation might be a little bit more difficult to make, but you can still make it, right? You can use these conditions almost like if statements in these, right? But like Phil says, yeah, you can, it doesn't really matter. You can connect a bunch of computers, servers around the world into the same cluster. they don't differ much. I mean, fundamentally, on the low level, not low level, but fundamentally, Kubernetes is also managing containers, right? So they don't differ. We are still working with Docker, so Docker is still integral part of Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is just same like Docker Swarm, or for example Docker Compose. I'm sure you have used Docker Compose. Docker Compose is also managing your containers. So you just declaratively describe, hey, I want to have this Nginx and this Go API and I don't know, these 2-3 databases, and I want these ports to be exposed. I don't want these. So you can think of Kubernetes in a way through let's say even Docker Compose is just a lot more complex in a sense that it offers a lot more. But you could say that Docker Compose as well helps you orchestrate some things, right? It's just a lot simpler and a lot more limited, right? But again, for most setups out there, Docker Compose is still sufficient, right? Of course, man, keep in mind I'm not an expert in Kubernetes, still beginner myself, but we're learning here together, right? So yeah. But that's what it is. That's what it. Okay, so this is super, guys. Let's try to unmount this. Let's try to let's just see the home or whatever. Can we? Is there? Yeah, exactly. And let's mount test drive. Nice. Is there like an eject? Okay, so can I eject wait, ls blk? Can I eject okay, never mind. All right, so yeah, so there's one more unfortunate thing is now that So it seems to me that our files, we can't boot because the UUID of the mounted point is different. So let's try to fix that as well. I might have an idea. Because I get, isn't there like if I recall learning with you guys, isn't there something like FS tab or something like that? Yes, there we go. He wrote literally in the same moment I said, I'm so proud. Oops, something felt there. So we have this as the A, right? Yes. But I think, but I'm not sure which one it complained about. Wait, give me one sec. So it's definitely in here, but it's complaining about the partial UUID. So I'm not sure if these are now correct. And what is this one? I mean, we could kinda, I guess, mount storage. So this was some external drive, I suppose. That's the only thing I can see, right? So if and I don't know why Vim is messed up in this mode. It's quite annoying. So if I do this and I save, and then we go actually to our format and partition and format, right? If we take a look at this, so I'm just thinking, I guess now, because now we're kind of mounting this disk as an extra disk. I guess is there a chance that we need to update some these partial UUIDs? Is that possible? Let me just grab what you wrote. Shit, but why is it not showing for this one? That is not good. So it's not showing it for SDA2. Wow. So do we have to generate it or something? Fetch UID of the partition. Mount the partition. Okay, so let's try this. So if we do this, right, UID value, and then the disk is, what do we do? Like dev, is it SDA2? So this is the new one, right? If I'm doing this correct, right? So if we do this now, what am I supposed to do this with this ID? So we have this ID now. Should I append dash 01 and dash 02? Is that what I'm supposed to do? So I can provide the full UUID here, I suppose. But what is the purpose of this? I don't know. Huh. That's the only logical conclusion I can come to, right? change to the value. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking. Like, should I? But should I? The question is, right? Should we? So we definitely want to. So this is no longer partial UUID. So if we, you mean update this line? But I don't think that this line is the problem. I think this line is the problem. Like these partial UUIDs are the problem. No. Exactly. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Good, good. We're on the same page then. Great. So we need to do this, right? The main question now I have is, should it be like this? And then it should be not part UUID, but it should be UUID like this, right? I'm not sure about 0, 1, and 0, 2. So that is my confusion primarily here, right? But that's my suspicion, at least. I mean, following some logical conclusion here, right? You would guess without it. We can try. I don't know. I don't know why it had it at the first place, right? I'm just following the same pattern here. Because, I mean, you can't have two same UUIDs, right? I mean, they have to be unique. So my suspicion is that this. Yeah, but I don't think this is referring to SDA1. I think SDA1 is a very different drive, right? I don't think that SDA1 is a. Oh, yeah. 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 Shit. Let's see about that, right? So this seems to be. Come on, man. Dev SDA1. Yeah, it is. So this is the UID, right? Okay, well, in that case, yeah, you're right. In that case, it should be this, right? And this. Yeah, I mean, logically, it should be like this. That's my assumption. That's my assumption. And actually, part UID, you think so, huh? Okay. Because Vim is for some reason fucked up in this mode. I can't understand why. I'm just gonna do like this. And then we'll just grab this and give it a shot. There's nothing we can lose at this point. From now on, it's just really a learning opportunity. So in theory, yeah. So we're gonna save that. We're gonna U-mount the test drive. The target is busy. I don't know why is it busy. I love you, man. And sorry to hear that. That fucking sucks, man. Phil, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. And don't worry. If I'm still up, great. If not, we see each other. We see each other tomorrow. Why is the target busy now? What can we do like this? This is another point that we can maybe learn from. Ah, shit, that's not what I wanted. Sudo lsof. Yeah, so it's not actually returning anything, so I don't know what is locking this. Yeah, you can see that, okay, it's because, yeah, I actually know. Yeah, literally, I just figured that out. Yeah, I just figured it out. Okay, give me a second now. I just need to switch to a different guy here. Alrighty. So we have, it seems, messed up with the with one of the partitions, the one with the fewer, the one that doesn't have the UUID, the one that doesn't have a UUID format. And I don't know why I logically didn't actually come to that conclusion, because we're saying that something is a UUID, but it doesn't follow the format, the structure of how the UUID looks like, you know. So let's take a look at that. That makes total sense, in fact, to be honest. Mount. So let's try that again, actually, like this, because I know where we messed up, I believe. So I think, like Phil was saying, that easily could be partial ID. Application complete. Yeah, exactly. So if we go, what was it? Nano. Yeah, so it was complaining about... Fuck, it was actually complaining about none of these. What the fuck? That is so weird, man. Like, this one that it complained about had 963 as part of the ID. Give me 2 seconds. The value represents a UID, but it looks like UID for fed partition rather than typical file system UID. To clarify, UID universally unique identifier, blah blah. Ah, I see. Wow. Okay, so let me ask the robot then here very quickly. Due to the recovery process that I had to do, I had to update the UIDs of my partition, and I'm trying to make it boot again. That is what I have changed for. From how it was before. Looks like you updated to UID instead of part, but you're facing boot issues because of the change. Oh, okay, wow. Sudo, okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Sudo. Ensure that that this fella corresponds to the correct thing. Well, actually, let me just give it this output here, then we figure out. If you're using a bootloader like grub, double check if the references if you change the partition to UID, your grub bootloader might still be referencing the old run update grub. So basically, it's suggesting me to do this, right? Can I run only for my SDA disk? Because that is the one we are trying to fix. C1, my friend, good evening. Give me 1 second. Command not found. Huh. Okay. Is there a module, is there a package that we have to install? Make sure that the boot or boot firmware partitions are, the root partitions are correctly specified in your... I see. I don't know, I mean, it looks fine now, I guess. Yeah, that all seems correct, yeah. I don't know. It's still trying to read some UUID that I can't see anywhere, to be honest. So I have no idea. Is 2,000 euros per month enough to get by? No, it's not. I mean, if you could survive if you live with someone else, sure. If you find the shared accommodation, maybe. But no, it's that 2,000 euros in Copenhagen is assuming you want to move to Copenhagen, of course. No, 2,000 euros, I mean, I'm paying, okay, well, I shouldn't use myself as an example, but rent in Copenhagen is around that price if you want to live alone. Like, I pay around 17,000 Danish crown for rent. Of course, I have a family, a kid and a wife and stuff, but I'm paying 2,300 euros just for rent. That's without heating and other shit, right? Where the fuck was this? Is it boots? Yeah, it is. No, but drives are actually not here, so I don't think that's the problem. Oh shit! Here is it. This one? No, you're absolutely right. It's just this part ID. Where is it getting this from? Let me just write this down. So it's, yeah, so if we do now, yeah, so it was referencing this one in there, so that's also wrong, right? That's not what I was getting, but it needs to be this reference now. And that thing there is a part UUID. So if we grab that and go to Oh man, why is Vim fucked up in this mode here? I don't get it. So annoying. Yeah, I'm more of a Vim guy, but it doesn't work well here. I know why. I have no idea why. Okay. So that in theory now should be correct. I don't think that we have this, no. I mean, I can take a look at it, but I don't think we have such a thing, right? There's no grub here, right? Exactly. Copenhagen is one of the most expensive cities in the world, keep in mind. So 2,000 euros, you can survive with that if you get a room somewhere or rent a place with 4 or 5 people. Then maybe you would have enough for food. So I mean, at least this was wrong, and now it's correct, you could say. So it's maybe another attempt, but I don't think this is the problem. I think I was getting... Give me 1 second. Okay, well, right now we can at least... sorry, my brain is shutting down. So let's just umount and try again. Alrighty, we failed again, and that's how it is. When you fail, you continue until you not fail anymore. So, till you don't fail anymore. Part U ID. Yeah. So I'm still getting the same thing. Part UID 60C 60CE96302 does not exist. It's beyond me now at this point. Is there a proc? Yeah. Missing modules. The fuck is this? How can I search in Nano? Location, read, where? How do I search here? Yeah, I need to. I'm still getting. So we are talking about Raspberry Pi with I'm still getting. No, I mean this chat is sometimes fucking useless, man. I have no idea where this ID is coming from, man. At this point, it might be just faster to format it and just to reset up the main node. But I'm not gonna give up, so that's my problem. What was it here? What was it? What was it? Yeah. No, it's not this. I don't know where it is, man. Ooh. This, it could be this actually. Huh. Wait a minute. Yeah, because I was getting something in relation to this crap. Ooh. Update init. Yeah, I think it's something to do with this. Updating init. Okay, so it seems that it's inside boot init. Yeah, I think that's where it is. I think we found it in it. I'm like almost sure it's this. I'm almost sure. It's just I'm not sure now if we. Okay, so I am cd'd into the drive that I'm trying to fix. How can I run for that given drive or directory? Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I have a feeling that this is it. Ah, okay, shit. Okay, fuck, this is a ouch. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's try that. I mean, sounds scary. Okay. All right. Enable to allocate PTI. Able to resolve RP name of service. Shit. Yeah, that, yeah. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, this doesn't look good. No, this is not. Yeah, I don't think that's working correctly. There's few warnings. All right, never mind. So it seems actually fine. Okay, and let's now unmount. Mount. We don't need a sudo, right? Let's close this. I guess, yeah, that's, try that again. All right. Well, all right, that doesn't work. That unfortunately doesn't work, so we'll probably actually round up here. I don't think it's fun for you guys or me, because yeah, I think at the very least positive thing is that we have backed this up. So I have the actual K3S backup, so we'll be able to restore the config there at the very least. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much at this very moment what I can think of. We have the backup, we have the token. So at the very least, taking away from this session is that we've learned how to back it up and stuff. I don't actually know what happened to this drive and what is this thing that's happening right now. It's very hard to figure it out. But it seems that when some of the drives get corrupted and stuff, it's not super easy to fix, right? So that is at the very least what I could figure out. So yeah, exactly. No, I don't have to. I mean, I'll just format this. I'll just reset up this thing, right? We have the backup now, so I'll just format this card, this SD card, and just set up the Raspberry Pi from scratch, and then still, because we have the backup, we'll just use the same token and stuff. So it's gonna be fine. I think we're fine in that sense. So at the very least, that's good. At the very least, that's good. So we do have this. So tomorrow we're gonna actually do the restoration together, or maybe I'll do it now after the stream. Stevie, good evening. I mean, I don't think that these numbers have any significance in right. There's no correlation between number of employees and quality of a company or quality of the job, right? So startups in most cases are a place where you want to work anyway, right? Because that's where you learn the most, and that's where you are always put out of your comfort zone. So yeah, for sure. But that's amazing, man. Congrats. Yeah. You 100% will. You 100% will. Definitely. That's that is. I've been working in startups since 2007 or 8, and I never worked for anyone other than myself or the startups, right? And that's where you can have the most impact if you put in the effort. Of course, if you the good thing about startups, right, is that unlike enterprises where you have to do a lot of bureaucracy, in a startup, if you really work hard and take ownership and you're proactive, right, you can really grow in any direction you want, right? So that's what a good thing about startup, because in startups are generally out of money, and in a sense of, so founders can't wait to find someone that they can count on, right? So yeah, don't forget that. It depends. Startup is a very misused concept as well, right? Twitter called themselves a startup as well. So startup is still a company, right? And it's fundamentally, it's just a fancy term in the IT. Startup is a company that, yeah, is a smaller typically company than a big company, right? And yeah, it has limited funds, so you need to be smart and you need to learn in the environment where you kind of care about these things, right? So that is a good thing. It's very important for developers as well, because you will care about everything, right, in your organization, also where you spend the money and stuff like that. So that's great, man. Absolutely. Take the ownership. Not excited to talk to my manager and put in my resignation. There is no advice. I mean, this is a matter of experience as well, in a way. It's completely normal to quit a job, and it's completely normal to get fired as well, right? All of this is just part of transaction, right? Because don't forget that your job is a transaction with your employer. It's not a charity. It's not a friendship. We are paying you because you know to do something that we need, and that's it. So don't feel it's completely normal, right? Just say that yeah, you don't have to explain much. Just say you found something else, and you are seeking for something else as well, for new challenges, and that's it, right? So it's not a tragedy. It's not negative. It's actually good. But yeah. If you want to grow in startups, I can give you just a few tips. And again, as I said, take ownership and put yourself available to the company, to people. Help as many people as you can, and be approachable, and and then you're gonna grow 100%. Because every founder there would want an employee like that, right? Somebody that's just that has an attitude, I can do it. So don't complain, don't bitch about things like a lot of these things you can see on the internet. It's very popular to bitch, complain, shit on things, crap on things, point out things that are bad, right? Nobody likes that person, right? That person is useless to everybody. A person who just complains and doesn't provide any solutions. It just complains like a little 6 years old, right? So don't be that guy. Just be proactive. If you can't make things better, don't make them worse, and don't complain about things unless you can do something about them, and unless you're willing to do something about them, right? So if you point out that something is bad, make sure you can fix it, or don't point it out at all, right? Or at least point it out with some strategy in mind or some suggestion on how to make it better. So these are all very important things in startups. I mean, they're important things anywhere, but in startups especially, people will not like a bullshitter of any kind, right? So make sure that your insights are credible and that, yeah, you're willing to put your money where your mouth is, right? So if you complain about something, make sure that you're able to also make it better, fix it, and stuff like that, right? This is few tips that, yeah, can take one very far, very far. Alrighty, it seems, of course, man, my pleasure. My pleasure. Just be the person that you would hire, right? Be the person that you would hire, and it's gonna be all great. And be the person that you would be willing to pay, right? That's the easiest way to approach these things, right? Awesome, fellas. I gotta go. It's almost midnight. I need to go sleep. I need to work tomorrow. So I wish you a good night, and thank you for being here. Kraft, thank you for sticking around, and everybody else. Stevie, good luck on your next journey as well. And I'll see you guys the next time. Good night, everybody. Peace out.